And I say easy here because I know which cut is going to look best on you just by looking at your structure. I take 9 very specific measurements to determine how your suit is going to fit your structure. Most suit designers just take hips, waist, and bust measurements. That's it. This is the couture difference. Each one of those 9 measurements is critical to me creating the perfect suit made specifically for your structure. Note, I keep saying structure because I understand when we are measuring you that you're not stage ready and that your size is going to change. Your structure, however, will not. I take those 9 measurements and I create your pattern. This ensures that no one single person out there will have the same suit that you do. I create a unique pattern for every single girl that I work with. Now let me break it down according to divisions. In figure, physique, bodybuilding, and fitness, there are really only 2 butt cuts, either a round or a V cut. If you have nice round glutes, I'll tend to put you in more of a curved bottom cut. If you have smaller glutes with harder angles, we'll go with a V cut back, and this is why. If you put something round next to something angular, that round object is going to look even more round. The name of the game in your divisions is balance. So if you have a flat butt that we want to make look more round, we're going to put it in a cut that's more angular. If we want to diminish the pop of your glutes, meaning that they're overpowering your back, we're going to put them in something more round, sort of tone them down a little bit. Now, this is just the shape of the butt cut. The size of the butt cut will be determined individually, but the basic rule of thumb is that more coverage is almost never better. More coverage makes you look like you're wearing a diaper, and that is never cute. So now let's talk about the butt cut for bikini. Again, remember our rules from above about coverage and shape. There are 3 basic shapes of my bikini bottoms: the V cut, the half moon, and the whale tail. Now the V cut is going to go on a girl with a bubble butt. This is going to accentuate the roundness of those glutes. If you need a little bit more oomph to the perkiness of your bottom in bikini, I will almost always put you into a whale tail. The whale tail gives you a heart shape on your bottom and it frames your glutes perfectly. If you tend to have a thicker waist or a thicker on the top shelf of your glutes, this is where I put the half moon cut into action. This is actually the cut that I use for myself. So let's move on to the front of the bottoms and back to our figure, physique, bodybuilding, and fitness girls. The biggest mistake I see girls make on this portion of their suit cut is where the hip straps fall. Your hip straps need to sit on the smallest portion of your waist. This is so important. If you have them sitting on your hips, it's going to make your hips look wider. This is not what you want. You want to have a V into your waist, and this is accomplished by hiking those hip straps all the way up. Also, too much coverage on the front is bad as well. You want to show off your hip flexors. If your suit is covering them, you have too much coverage. So let's move on to bikini. The same concepts apply here. If you allow your hip straps to ride too low, you're going to make your hips look boxy. Now let me say that some girls will look better with the hip straps a little bit lower. These girls tend to be a little straighter up and down, and by having the straps a little lower, you can actually help to add the illusion of curves. Most girls, however, are going to want to hike your hip straps up to help lengthen the legs and bring in the waist. Allow me to add something here that is my own personal pet peeve: dangle connectors. I have a lot of girls that want them, and I will do them for you after kicking and screaming, but I'm going to be honest here, I hate them. I feel like those dangling connectors destroy those beautiful lines that you have in your legs. So take that for what it's worth, and I'll shut my mouth on the topic from here on out. Okay, so let's move on to the top cuts. Top cuts cut across all divisions the same, so I'm speaking to everyone here. First, let's discuss side boob. Okay, some people love side boob. I've been known to rock it a few times myself, but I think I'd rather see cleavage than side boob in my own personal opinion. That being said, side boob is not always a bad thing. What is always a bad thing is under boob. Never let your breasts hang out the bottom of your suit top. It's not cute. If you have breasts that tend to sag a little bit, I recommend a harder cut for your top. Now, this does not mean a bra top that looks like a bra. Bra tops are on stage are terrible, they're outdated, and they're not a good look ever. I do have ways of adding support to your tops without it making it look like you're wearing a bra. Push those puppies in. Some ladies have breasts that push out towards the side. You need a suit top that's going to push you inward. With just a few design tweaks, I can do that for you. Top cuts. I hardly ever do a basic triangle top cut. Why? Because it looks and shows cheap. With most of my designs, I'll put a curve into the cut, either along the sides or the bottom of the cup. This takes that bikini from looking like it's bought in a clearance bin to couture. I love what I like to call the modified halter top. It helps to support your breasts and it looks aesthetically beautiful at the same time. Now let's address that elephant in the room: breast implants. Do you need them to win? No, you don't. That being said, breasts add curves, and if you're flat chested, I do recommend stuffing. Now, don't just stuff with anything, stuff with my exclusive gel inserts. Even I use these puppies on stage. Trust me, they work miracles. Just ask some of my cuties. Now that we've covered that, let's move on